Jiri Prochazka knocks out Khalil Rountree, where for the first 2 rounds, Jiri was like, I mean, just acting like somebody's spamming like half fucking buttons on a Mortal Kombat game. Just wasn't really committing to anything, just doing weird, wild shit, but constantly putting on pressure. That's one thing I want to note. Even though he wasn't really throwing a lot, committing to really anything, he was getting hit. Khalil was just, even off of his back foot, just just a pure technician. It was beautiful. Like, Khalil was fighting beautifully those first 2 rounds, right? But Jiri just kept putting on this pressure, kept putting on this pressure, kept putting on this pressure. And Khalil landing shots, but not always fully flush. You know, like the way that Jiri, like, it works for him. It fucking works for him. And then eventually he just connects. And then like, at one point, like, it was like in the 3rd round, obviously, like, he's tired. Khalil's tired. And he can't really lift his arms anymore. Like, he just wasn't able to put Jiri away. Jiri was doing just enough to move out of the fucking way from those super fucking clean shots. The most, he got hit clean a couple times, and the leg kicks were starting to add up for sure. But that pressure, dude, it just eventually broke Khalil, and he was just too tired to just keep, you know, he was on his back foot that whole time. And that's just, you know, even though Jiri wasn't landing in those first 2 rounds, he was still putting in work. He was still putting in pressure. He was still putting Khalil on his back foot the first 10 minutes of that fight. And then going into that third, was able to just find his mark. Just find his mark. And now in the UFC, Alex Pereira is the only guy to put him away twice. So now it's like, it's hard to argue for him to get that shot again without, you know, really doing something else again. And with the fact, I think Magomed, which I've talked about already earlier, I think with Magomed and Alex being 1-1, I think the trilogy is, it's mandatory. I just think it's mandatory. You know, I think, you know, yeah, with Alex and everything like that, and their history, and well, their history with the first fight, where he lost his belt, he still took the fight. You know, so like, I don't consider the first one a fluke, because it's like, you still took the fight. So I think that's why that trilogy needs to happen. Sorry about that. My brain broke. So what's next for Jiri? I think Carlos Ulberg makes like the perfect amount of sense. That's like the only fight to make. And then as for Khalil, Dominic Reyes, you know, they both just got finished, you know, so they're both gonna be taking some time off. But I think that would be a fucking crazy fun fight. Dominic Reyes, Khalil Rountree. Where are we now? October? Next spring? Maybe even next summer? I'd like to see them take some time off, because they both still have a lot to give, as long as they let their brains heal after getting put out the way that they have. But I think Khalil Rountree, Dominic Reyes, and you got Jiri and Ulberg next. I think that is just, makes sense to me, at least. Next up, who the fuck was it?